Ready to push harder? Subscribe for weekly workout music. Now let's work.
I remember the beginning. Before strength, before discipline, before the man I became, there was weakness, there was doubt, there were voices telling me who I would never become. They said my body wasn't built for strength. They said my future would be small. They said some people are born strong, and others simply survive. But something inside me refused that story, because pain has a strange way of teaching truth. Pain strips away illusion. Pain removes comfort. Pain forces you to decide who you are. And one day I made that decision. I would not live small. I would not accept weakness. I would build something stronger. Grip the weight, back tight, drive upward. Again, again. Each repetition became a conversation with doubt, a conversation with the version of me that wanted to quit. But discipline speaks louder than doubt. Move, lift, execute. Move, lift, execute. Because action destroys hesitation, and hesitation is where weakness grows. Weakness waits for comfort. Weakness waits for excuses. But comfort builds nothing. Say it. Comfort builds nothing. That truth changed everything. I stopped chasing motivation. I started building discipline. Discipline wakes you up early. Discipline shows up tired. Discipline works when nobody is watching. Built in silence, proven under pressure. Say it! Built in silence, proven under pressure. Because silence removes distraction. Silence sharpens focus. Silence builds monsters. The beat grows heavier. Your intensity rises with it. No distraction now. No noise. No hesitation. Just the work in front of you. Grip the weight. Drive upward. Again! Because ugly reps build monsters. Remember that? Ugly reps build monsters. The reps that burn. The reps that feel slow. The reps that challenge your limits. Those reps transform you. Those reps create identity. Identity built through discipline becomes unstoppable. Most people want results without pressure. Most people want strength without struggle. Most people want victory without sacrifice. But sacrifice builds power. Power built through sweat. Power built through repetition. Power built through relentless effort. Pressure builds men. Say it. Pressure builds men. Because pressure forces adaptation. Adaptation builds strength. Strength builds confidence. Confidence builds presence. Presence changes everything. You move differently now. More calm. More certain. More focused. Because certainty comes from repetition. You repeated the hard things long enough. Lift. Recover. What keep No weakness allowed. Because weakness waits for hesitation. Weakness waits for comfort. Weakness waits for excuses. But discipline shuts it down. Wake up. Work. Train. Repeat. That system built your strength. That system built your resilience. That system built the man you are becoming. Because strength is not given. Strength is built. Rep by rep. Set by set. Day by day. Against all odds. They doubted me. I remember the voices, not strangers. People close enough to see my struggle, people close enough to see my weakness, but not close enough to understand my fire. They looked at my life and made their decision. Too weak, too small, too broken, too late. They thought my story had limits. But limits are lies created by comfort, and comfort builds nothing. Say it! Comfort builds nothing. That truth woke something inside me, something quiet, something dangerous. The decision to prove them wrong, not through words, through discipline. Grip the weak, back tight, drive upward. Again, again. Every repetition became a statement. Every step became a message. Every drop of sweat answered the doubt. Because doubt fades when effort appears. Move, lift, execute. Move, lift, execute. Execution destroys excuses. Execution destroys hesitation. Execution destroys the version of you that once believed the doubt, because the mind becomes stronger when pressure increases. Pressure builds men. Remember that. Pressure built my patience. Pressure built my discipline. Pressure built the fire that keeps me moving. The beat grows darker. You're breathing heavier. Your focus sharper. Cause something changed. You stopped asking for permission. You stopped waiting for approval. You stopped explaining your vision. Because the strongest moves are made in silence. Built in silence. Proven under pressure. Say it! Built in silence. Proven under pressure. Because silence removes distraction. Silence sharpens the mission. Silence builds discipline. Most people talk about change. Few people build it. Because building requires patience. Building requires sacrifice. Building requires showing up when motivation disappears. That's where discipline begins. Wake up! Work! Train! Up in! That cycle built the foundation. That cycle built resilience. That cycle built a new identity. Because identity is not what people say about you. Identity is what you prove every day. And proof comes through effort. The beat slams harder. Your body responds immediately. Grip tight. Drive upward. Again. Again. Each repetition stronger. Each set more explosive. Each breath different. Because ugly reps build monsters. Remember that. Ugly reps build monsters. The reps nobody wants. The reps that burn. The reps that shake your muscles. Those reps change everything. Those reps build resilience. people eventually notice something. Consistency. Consistency is rare. Consistency creates respect. Consistency builds confidence. Confidence built through discipline becomes unstoppable. Now the voices sound different. Not louder, just quieter. Because doubt cannot survive long against relentless action. Relentless act destroys doubt. Relentless effort builds identity. Identity built through discipline cannot be broken. Say it. Standards over excuses. Standards over excuses. Standards over excuses. Because excuses protect weakness. Excuses protect comfort. But comfort builds nothing. Remember that. When fatigue appears, when the mind wants to slow down, when doubt tries to return, comfort builds nothing. Effort builds everything. The beat explodes again. Your intensity rises with it. Because the mission is clear now. Become stronger. Become sharper. Become the version of you they never believed existed. Move! Lift! Execute! Move! Move! Execute! Because discipline is louder than doubt. And discipline always wins. Against all odds, Goots.
There was a moment, not loud, not dramatic, just a quiet moment where everything became clear. The pain, the doubt, the voices telling me who I could never become. They were still there, but something inside me changed. Because eventually every man faces a choice: accept the limits or destroy them. And that night I made my decision. No more waiting. No more excuses, no more living small. Because excuses protect comfort, and comfort builds nothing. Say it! Comfort builds nothing. That truth burned into my mind. From that moment forward everything changed. Not overnight, not instantly, but permanently. Because decisions create direction, and direction builds discipline. Grip the weight, black, tight, drive upward again, again. Each repetition became proof. Proof that that decision was real. Proof that the change had begun. Cause discipline is built through repetition. Move, left, execute. Move, left, left, execute. Action destroys hesitation. Action destroys doubt. Action builds momentum. Momentum changes everything. The beat grows heavier, you're breathing deeper, your focus sharper. Because once a decision is made, hesitation disappears. Now there is only the path forward, and the path forward is built through effort. Effort built through structure. Wake up, work, train, repeat. That system became my foundation. That system removed chaos. That system created progress. Cause progress is never random. Progress is engineered. Engineered through discipline. Most people wait for the right moment, but the right moment is built through action. The right moment is created through pressure. Pressure builds men. Say it. Pressure builds men. Because pressure forces growth. Pressure forces adaptation. Pressure forces strength. The beat hits harder. Your muscles respond. Grip tight. Drive upward. Unwind again. Again. Each repetition stronger. Each set all controlled. Each breath deeper. Because ugly reps build monsters. Remember that. Ugly reps build monsters. The reps that burn. The reps that slow down. The reps that challenge challenge everything inside you. Those reps build identity. Identity built through discipline becomes unstoppable. Most people chase motivation, but motivation fades. Emotion fluctuates. Discipline remains. Discipline carries you through the hard days. The days when energy feels low. The days when pressure feels heavy. The days when quitting seems easy. These are the days that build champions. Because champions finish what they start. Champions protect their standards. Standards over excuses. Say it. Standards over excuses. Because excuses appear every day. Excuses wait for fatigue. Excuses wait for doubt. But discipline shuts them down. Discipline replaces them with action. Move. Lift. Execute. Move. Lift. Execute. Move. Lift. Execute. Execution builds results. With reps build competence. Complete reps build muscles. Concentration everything. Cause once a man decides who he will become, everything else becomes smaller. The fear becomes smaller. The doubt becomes smaller. The obstacles become smaller. Because the decision is bigger. The mission is bigger. The purpose is bigger. The beat explodes again. Your intensity rises. Cause the work is no longer optional. The work is part of your identity. Identity built through discipline cannot be broken. Built in silence. Proven under pressure. Say it. Built in silence. Proven under pressure. Because silence sharpens focus. Silence builds patience. Silence builds strength. Now the path forward is clear. No hesitation. No weakness. No excuses. Just the work. Move. Lift. Execute. Move. Lift. Execute. Because the decision was made. And once a real decision is made, there is no going back. Against all odds, swerve.
The real battle was never outside. It was always inside my own mind. Because the world can doubt you. People can laugh at you. Circumstances can test you. But the hardest enemy is the voice inside your head. The voice that whispers when fatigue appears. The voice that says slow down. The voice that says this is enough. But enough is a lie created by weakness, and weakness waits for comfort. Comfort builds nothing. Yeah. Comfort builds nothing. That truth became my weapon. Cause the moment you understand that your mind is a battlefield, everything changes. Now every repetition becomes a war. Every set becomes a fight. Every breath becomes a decision. Grip the weight. Back tight. Flying upward. Again. Again. Because ugly reps build monsters. Remember that. Ugly reps build monsters. The reps that burn. The reps that shake your arms. The reps that make your lungs scream. Those reps build something powerful. Resilience. And resilience changes everything. Move. Lift. Execute. Move. Lift. Execute. Because execution silences doubt. Execution destroys hesitation. Execution builds confidence. Confidence built through discipline becomes unstoppable. The beat grows heavier. You're breathing deeper. Your focus sharper. Because now you understand something most people never learn. The war is internal. The enemy is hesitation. The weapon is discipline. And discipline always wins. Pressure builds men, say it! Pressure builds men! Because pressure reveals character. Pressure reveals standards. Pressure reveals who bricks moving when bricks become hard. Most people stop here. Most people negotiate with pain. Most people lower their standards. But standards are everything. Standards over excuses. Say it! Standards over excuses. Because excuses protect comfort. Excuses protect weakness. Excuses protect the version of you that never grows. But discipline destroys excuses. Discipline demands action. Discipline demands effort. Discipline demands progress. The beat slams harder. Your muscles respond immediately. Grip tight. Drive upward again. Again. Each repetition stronger. Each set more explosive. Each breath deeper. Because effort compounds. Effort today builds strength tomorrow. Strength tomorrow builds identity. Identity built through discipline becomes unbreakable. Built in silence, proven under pressure. Say it. Built in silence. Built in silence, proven under pressure. Because silence removes distraction. Silence sharpens focus. Silence builds monsters. Most people want victory without war. Most people want results without sacrifice. Most people want strength without pain. But pain builds power. Power built through sweat. Power built through repetition. Power built through relentless effort. The war continues. Not against the world. Against the old version of yourself. The version that accepted limits. The version that believed in doubt. The version that stomped alley. That version is gone now. Because discipline replaced it. Move, lift, execute. Move, lift, execute. Because action builds transformation. Transformation builds identity. Identity built through pressure becomes unstoppable. The beat explodes again. Your intensity rises. Because the war is not finished. And strong men do not stop when the war becomes difficult. They escalate. They push harder. They move faster. They fight stronger. Say it! No weakness allowed again! No weakness allowed! Because weakness negotiates. Weakness hesitates. Weakness accepts less. But discipline demands everything. And you gave everything. Against all odds.
Pain didn't disappear. Strength doesn't remove struggle. Discipline doesn't erase pressure. It teaches you how to carry it. Because resilience is not the absence of pain. Resilience is movement through pain, and movement changes everything. The beat hits. You're breathing deeper. Your muscles already tired. But something inside you refuses to stop. Because the man you are now is not the man you used to be. You built something stronger. Grip the weight. Back tight. Drive upward. Again! Again. Every repetition now is proof. Proof that discipline works. Proof that pressure builds strength. Proof that effort compounds. Cause effort always compounds. Lift. Recover. Again. Work. Improve. Repeat. Pressure. Work. Adapt. Repeat. Those cycles build resilience. Resilience built patience. Patience built power. Power built identity. Identity built through discipline becomes unstoppable. Most people think strength is loud, but real strength is quiet. Real strength shows up again tomorrow.
Real strength continues when nobody is watching. Built in silence, proven under pressure. Built in silence, proven under pressure. Because silence removes distraction. Silence sharpens focus. Silence builds powerful men. The beat grows heavier. Your intensity rises with it. No hesitation, no negotiation, just execution. Move, live, execute. Move, live, execute. Because execution creates results. Results create confidence. Confidence changes posture. Confidence changes presence. Confidence changes the way you walk through the world. People notice it, not because you speak louder, because discipline leaves a mark, and marks reveal effort. Effort reveals character. Character reveals a sweat. Strength built through resilience cannot be broken. The bar lowers, drive upward. Again, again. Each repetition slower, each set heavier, each breath deeper. Because ugly reps build monsters. Remember that, ugly reps build monsters. The reps that burn, the reps that shake your muscles, the reps that test your limits. Those reps change everything. Those reps build resilience. Resilience builds warriors. Warriors don't stop when things become difficult. Warriors adapt. Warriors push forward. Warriors finish what they start. The beat explodes again. Your intensity rises. Cause you understand something now. Progress belongs to the relentless. The relentless show up. The relentless rebel. The relentless refuse to quit. Say it. Relentless. Again, relentless. Because that word defines your life now. Wake up, mark, train, again. That system built your foundation. That system built your strength. That system built your identity. Identity built through discipline becomes an unstoppable move. Lost pickers slow down when pressure appears. But pressure builds men. Say it! The pressure builds men. Because pressure forces adaptation. Adaptation knows strength. Strength builds confidence. Confidence builds presence. Presence changes everything. You move differently now. More calm. More focus. More certain. Because certainty comes from repetition. You repeated the hard things long enough. Move. Lift. Execute. Move. Lift. Execute. No weakness allowed. Because weakness negotiates. Weakness hesitates. Weakness accepts less. But discipline demands more. More effort. More strength. More resilience. And resilience never stops. Against all odds. Now look at how far you came. The beginning felt impossible. The pain felt heavy. The doubt felt loud. But something inside you refused to break. Because strength is not built in comfort. Strength is built through pressure. Pressure builds men. Say it. Pressure builds men. Every early morning built this moment.
Every ugly repetition built this moment. Every decision to continue built this moment. Because progress is not loud. Progress is silent. Silent work. Silent discipline. Silent transformation. Built in silence. Proven under pressure. Say it. Built in silence. Proven under pressure. Because silence removes distraction. Silence sharpens the mission. Silence builds powerful men. Grip the weight. Back tight. Drive upward. Again. Again. Each repetition now carries meaning. Meaning built through struggle. Meaning built through discipline. Meaning built through relentless effort. Because the strongest men are not the ones who start strong. The strongest men are the ones who finish stronger. Say it. Finish stronger than you started. Again, finish stronger than you started. Because finishing strong builds identity. Identity built through discipline becomes unstoppable. Most people quit before transformation appears. Most people slow down when fatigue arrives. Most people negotiate with pressure. But pressure builds men. Remember that. Pressure built your patience. Pressure built your resilience. Pressure built the version of you that stands here now. The beat rises. You're breathing heavy. Your muscles burning. But the mission is not finished until the final breath. Drive upward again. Again. Because ugly reps build monsters. Remember that. Ugly reps build monsters. The reps that shake your arms. The reps that slow your movement. The reps that test your limits. Those reps transform you. Those reps create identity. Identity built through discipline cannot be broken. Move. Lift. Execute. Move. Lift. Execute. Execution builds results. Results build confidence. Confidence builds presence. Presence changes everything. You walk into the world differently now. Not louder. Not arrogant. Just stronger. Because discipline leaves marks. Marks of effort. Marks of sacrifice. Marks of transformation. Most people search for motivation. But motivation fades. Emotion fluctuates. Discipline remains. Discipline carries you through the hardest days. The days when energy feels low. The days when pressure feels heavy. The days when quitting feels easy. Those are the days that build champions. Because champions protect their standards. Standards over excuses. Say it. Standards over excuses. Because excuses protect weakness. Excuses protect comfort. But comfort builds nothing. Remember that. Every time God appears, every time my teeth whispers, every time the mind suggests slow it down, comfort builds nothing. Effort builds everything. The beat explodes again. Your intensity rises. Because the mission is complete. Not perfect, but earned. And through sweat, and through discipline, more for relentless effort. You built something powerful. Not just strength. Identity. Identity built through pressure. Identity
against all odds, relentless victory. Relentless. The beat hits and everything inside your mind locks into place. No hesitation, no delay. Just the work in front of you. This is where discipline takes over. Because motivation fades, emotion fluctuates, but discipline stays. Grip the weight, back tight. Drive upward again, again. Each repetition louder than doubt. Each set stronger than yesterday. Each breath deeper with purpose. Because progress belongs to those who refuse to stop. Most people slow down when fatigue appears. Most people negotiate with effort. Most people accept enough. You don't. You escalate. Escalation builds power, power builds confidence. Confidence builds identity. Identity defines behavior. And your behavior changed. You stopped waiting for motivation. You started executing anyway. Move, lift, execute. Move, lift, execute. This execution builds results. Results build confidence. Confidence builds presence. Presence changes everything. You walk into the room differently now. Not loud, not dramatic, just powerful. Cause power built through discipline is quiet. It doesn't need validation. It proves itself through action. Built in silence, proven under pressure. Say it. Built in silence, proven under pressure. Because silence removes distraction. Silence sharpens focus. Silence builds discipline. And discipline builds monsters. Most people chase attention, but attention builds nothing. Comfort builds nothing. Say it. Comfort builds nothing. Because comfort weakens standards. Comfort weakens discipline. Comfort weakens identity. But pressure strengthens everything. Pressure builds men. Remember that. Pressure built your patience. Pressure built your endurance. Pressure built your resilience. The beat grows heavier. Your intensity rises. No distraction now. No noise. No hesitation. Just execution. The bar lowers. Explode upward. Again, again. Each repetition sharper. Each set more explosive. Your muscles burn. Good. Your lungs push harder. Better. Fatigue appears perfect. Because fatigue reveals character. Fatigue reveals discipline. Fatigue reveals who keeps moving. You keep moving. Cause the mission is clear. Become stronger. Become sharper. Become harder to break. Relentless effort creates unstoppable momentum. Momentum builds strength. No weaker builds discipline. Momentum builds identity. Identity built through discipline becomes unstoppable. The beat slams harder. You're breathing deeper. Your focus sharper. No weakness allowed. Say it. No weakness allowed. Cause weakness waits for hesitation. Weakness waits for doubt. Weakness waits for comfort. But discipline shuts it down. Discipline replaces weakness with structure. Wake up, work, train, repeat. That system built your strength. That system built your resilience. That system built your identity. Now you move differently. More calm, more controlled, more certain. Because certainty comes from repetition. You repeated the hard things long enough. Lift, recover, repeat, work, improve, repeat, pressure, endure, repeat. Those cycles build powerful men. Pressure builds men. Say it. Pressure builds men. Build. Pressure builds men. Cause pressure
The beat continues. Your intensity remains high, because this mindset is permanent now. You no longer train casually. You train with purpose. You train with discipline. You train with focus. And that focus shapes your life. Training is not just physical. Training builds character. Training builds resilience. Training builds powerful men. Move, lift, execute. Move, lift, execute. Relentless. Always relentless.
Every giant was once small. Every big channel started with few subscribers, with few comments, with few views. But what makes it grow? It's not the size, it's the consistency. We're just starting out, but we're building something strong, something real, something made for those who want evolution. If you believe in discipline, if you believe in progress, if you believe that every workout counts, then subscribe, follow our evolution, grow with us, train with us, because from here on out, there's only one direction, upwards.